Greetings, friends. Have ourselves another beautiful day today. It's February 23rd, 2013. And so today, considering that we're in the Piscean category in our zodiac, I would like to talk about the power of imagination. Before I talk about that, I'm gonna have to sneeze. Whew! Whew! A little bit of dust decided to enter my nose. So the power of imagination. So it's so funny. I mean, what is imagination supposed to, like, let's frame it in like some evolution kind of perspective. Like, what is imagination supposed to do? Well, I'm pretty sure humans are the only animals that we've come across that have imagination, as far as we can tell, I guess. I might be wrong, but basically, like, what it serves, the purpose it serves in humans is it allows us to visualize future outcomes and determine whether they have a chance of succeeding or not. So, for example, like, if you want to jump across, like, some, like, chasm, and you use your imagination to visualize, can I do this? Can I jump across this chasm? And so that's how it serves us. That's how it helps us, because it allows us to understand or visualize what happens before it happens. So when you're spending all that time worrying about is my like, if you're driving your car and you're worried, like, you're speeding and you're worried that cops are gonna pull you over or something, then guess what? Cops are gonna pull you over. If you're driving along and you're speeding and you picture, like, the cops, like, stopping to get donuts, well, then you're not gonna get pulled over because they're stopping to get donuts. And so that's how your imagination works. That's the point of it, to help you like, test run things before doing them. And it doesn't always, like, I have to put a bit of a disclaimer, it doesn't always go exactly how you see it, all the individual details, but usually, more often than not, it is what happens. I mean, think about it. Do you ever set out? Are you likely to accomplish something that you set out to if you can't see yourself doing it first? And I mean, you hear all the time, athletes, it's like, what's one of the biggest things that they visualize breaking those records, that they visualize winning those titles? And visualization and your imagination is a very important thing. Einstein even said himself that that imagination is more important than knowledge, even. So what can we do to work on our imagination? Well, for starters, start trying to connect with your creative side of your brain, your intuitive side of your brain. This is how do you develop that side of your brain? Well, do exercises in creative expression. Like, for example, when I do these tarot cards, which I should start shuffling, they help me, like, I mean, personally, I believe it, that I'm connecting with spirit guides, but that's why I like to do it anyways, regardless, because I feel as if it's a way of, like, building patterns and connections in my brain on my creative side that will allow me to later on develop, like, have a greater imagination. Other things that are good is reading books. I read a lot of books when I was younger, so that's why, and it's funny, I'm trying to get into reading books more often. Now, too, instead of watching the TV, why don't you sit down and read a book? Your imagination will love you for it. But, see, but at the end of the day, that's one of the reasons why I do these tarot card readings, is because it helps me develop that side of my brain, which then allows me to do many other things. See, everything's interconnected, friends. Nothing's by itself alone in some intellectual corner. Everything's interconnected. Nice. So let's see what the spirit guides have to tell us for today. Yes. Penguin. The period of darkness that you've been experiencing is now passing. I hope that that's good news for you. I hope that you understand that any darkness that you're ever experiencing is always going to pass. Because what story ends on a sad note? If it's a sad note, then that means that the story's not over yet. So, my friends, with this knowledge, go out into the world, spread peace and love.